Some of those who touted the "we must believe all women" line the most during, for example, the Kavanaugh hearings for the Supreme Court certainly seem to have changed their tune when it comes to you. Nancy Pelosi is one of them, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand of New York, Alyssa Milano. How did that feel?
It makes me upset. It makes me angry because those were people that I respected, some of which I voted for or worked with, in some capacity. And, when I was on the Hill, like in a remote way, they were there. I voted for some people that said this. For instance, I supported Elizabeth Warren, who basically said she believed Joe Biden and just dismissed me.
What do you want to say to people like that who are looking into the camera right now saying, I don't believe her, I support him?
I want to say you don't have to discredit me or not believe me to vote for Joe Biden. I even have friends and family that are still voting for Joe Biden because that's what they're doing. Why wouldn't you ask me? Ask me what happened. Ask me my experience. And then if you choose not believe me, that's fine. And I don't really care deep down if they believe me or not. I know what happened to me and I'll move forward. But I want other survivors to know that they can come forward. And when they see this sort of onslaught, this sort of partisanship, it's very discouraging. So we can come forward unless it's a Democrat? Is that the message we're sending?
You've been an active Democrat your whole life. Are you still?
I don't know if they've noticed, but I'm leaving the Democratic Party, and I won't be part of any. I won't be a Republican. It's just not my political belief system. I've been pretty much a progressive all my life, and so it's been. I feel politically homeless.
Do you believe we should believe all women?
I believe in the survivors that have come forward, like Blasey Ford and the other ones that have come forward. I do stand with them. I think that there needs to be a conversation rather than a hashtag.
Are you in favor of the conversation? I mean, does Joe Biden get due process? Does he get the chance to vet these claims and defend himself? Is that okay?
I think he's been doing that. Right. He's had a chance for more platforms than I have.
Let's talk about what he said, because he went on TV last Friday and said, first of all, it never happened. Period. End of report. This did not happen. He did say that in his view, accusers should start off with the presumption that they're telling the truth. Do you think he's afforded you that presumption?
No. It's been stunning, actually, how some of his surrogates with the blue checks, surrogates have been saying really horrible things about me to me on social media. He has enough self, but there's a measure of hypocrisy with the campaign saying it's safe. It's not been safe. All my social media has been hacked. All my personal information has been dragged through. Every person that maybe has a gripe against me, an ex-boyfriend or an ex-landlord, whatever it is, has been able to have a platform rather than me. Talking about things that have nothing to do with 1993, like even the whole thing with being called a Russian agent, that in particular, that incites people. People actually, I got a death threat from that because they thought I was being a traitor to America. And I mean, these are serious things. And his campaign is, taking this position that they want all women to be able to speak safely. I have not experienced that.
Where does the line get drawn, though, right? Because he has to have the opportunity to question your story. Of course he's going to come out and say, it isn't true, and these are the reasons I don't believe it's true, and you shouldn't believe it's true. Like, any man accused, or woman for that matter, has the right to do that, right? So where are people going wrong in the coverage of this story?
I think one thing that was notable was it took him a long time to respond, didn't it? Correct. How long did it take?
Over a month for him to publicly respond.
Right, exactly. So it took over a month. And meanwhile, his campaign manager kept saying that the media had to investigate. And to me, being a past victim for domestic violence, I thought that was appalling. That's like calling the mob to like tear apart somebody. And they did.
And have you had any representation in this?
No.
You got rejected by Time's Up. Have you had a PR person?
No.
Have you had a lawyer?
No.
So it's just you.
Just me kind of stumbling around trying to tell my story.
If he's watching this, what do you want to say to him?
I want to say, you and I were there. Joe Biden, please step forward and be held accountable. And if you feel that you can address this in a real way, then you know and I know that you should step down. You're not running on character. You should not be running on character for the President of the United States.
You want him to withdraw.
I wish he would. That's how I feel. But he won't, but I wish he would. That's how I feel emotionally.
Do you want an apology?
I think it's a little late. That should have happened in 1993.
Now he says he's calling on the National Archives to release whatever documents that may have come from the Senate personnel offices while you were there. They say they don't search this alleged. They say they don't have to. Some are saying he should release his Senate files that are being kept at the University of Delaware. He says he's not going to do that. He was asked, why not just have somebody go over there and do a search only for any document that mentions Tara Reade or sexual harassment. He won't do it. Your reaction to that?
I think that says it all. And I think once we get the document, we'll see what it says.
What if we don't get the document? What does that tell us?
Again, that says it all. I think that his reluctance is speaking volumes.
If I can just go back for 1 second to Blasey Ford.
Yes.
We mentioned her and we were talking about Believe All Women. Some of those who supported her, but now found a reason not to support you, say, well, she was under oath. Would you go under oath?
Absolutely.
They say, well, she subjected herself to cross-examination. Would you do that?
Absolutely.
They also point out that she took a polygraph controlled by someone on her team. Is that something you want to do?
I'm not a criminal. Joe Biden should take a polygraph. What I would say is they're not admissible into court. 1. 2, Blasey Ford took one. Is that true? I believe that's what I understand. But what kind of precedent does that set for survivors of violence? Does that mean we're presumed guilty and we all have to take polygraphs? So I'm just putting it out there. But I'm not. So I will take one if Joe Biden takes one. But I'm not a criminal.
President Trump has been accused by over 12 women of sexual assault or harassment or worse. And I think that gets to the heart of it. A lot of Democrats are mad. They're mad at you for the one guy. They see it as an attempt to tar their guy, the one guy who could bring down a man they loathe, and they kind of just wish he would go away. To those people, what do you say?
I say again, you don't have to discredit me or not believe me to vote for Joe Biden. Voting is a very personal thing, and I'm not here to influence the national election, and I don't want to. I do not want to help Donald Trump win. I do not want to help Joe Biden win. Obviously, he's the person that hurt me.
There's an op-ed in the New York Times today by Linda Hirschman who says, I believe Tara Reade, and I'm still going to vote for Joe Biden. And I know it means I have to sell out Tara Reade, but I just think Trump's worse is essentially her position. More artfully stated than that. Can you understand that?
I think that says more about our culture and our society right now than it says about what's being wanted. I mean, this is the highest office of the land. So do we want someone who thinks of women as objects, who thinks that they can just take what they want in that moment for their pleasure, and that's it? And I guess that's the question.
On the subject of others coming forward, some people have said, the guy's going to be this brazen, doing sexual assault, doing this to a woman who works for him in the middle of a Senate office building, in the middle of the day, in the middle of a corridor. He's a sitting U.S. Senator. There would be others. But they can't believe Tara Reade because there's no one else making an allegation this serious. What do you say to that?
I think I'm a poster child as to why a woman wouldn't come forward, aren't I? If you've been watching any of the social media or the news and seeing how I've been attacked basically on everything about me, it's pretty obvious that if you did have, a story to come forward with about Joe Biden, it would be pretty daunting, wouldn't it?
What is the end game? She's just disappointed. You know, a lot of people think, she's just disappointed Bernie didn't get it. She's trying to make something up to go after Biden. And even if it's true, like, what's the end game? She wants Trump? What is the end game?
It's basically telling the story. My end game is basically telling my story in a dignified way, not be torn apart.